Hello guys, what's up? How you doing? I hope you're doing great. Welcome to my book club. The book we have today is Learning How to Learn. One of the most important books that you will ever learn. It's because it's talking about learning, okay, the learning process, which is very, very important. So Learning How to Learn is by Barbara Oakley. This is actually a course and it's also a book by Barbara Oakley, like everybody is looking for and looking to understand. So let's go deep into the most important ideas in this book today that I hope you're gonna enjoy. So before that, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and subscribe for my book club for more book summaries for free. So let's get started. So the first idea is learning is essential, but learning how to learn is more important. A quote here said, "The difference between reading and learning is that in learning you should understand what you have read. You are capable of learning anything once you put your mind to it." Neuroscientists have discovered that the brain works in two ways: the focused mode and the diffuse mode. The focused mode is when you're fully aware and paying attention to what you're doing. When you're focused, your brain works continuously and rapidly, adjusting and readjusting to match what you have focused on. When you are trying to learn something, you must first pay attention to it and turn on the parts of the brain that get the learning process started. The diffuse mode is when your mind is relaxed, free, and not focused on anything in particular. It's in this mode that your creativity level rises because your mind is free to roam about and make several creative connections. The focused and the diffuse mode are essential to learning, and they must shuffle in between themselves if you want to learn effectively. You should switch to the diffuse mode when you are tired or faced with a problem that needs a careful solution. It has been established to allowing your mind to wander off helps you find answers to challenging issues. Your thoughts are composed by your brain and how well you pay attention to learning. So to effectively overcome procrastination, apply the Pomodoro technique. There are timers at affordable prices, making it easy to go for one. Using this technique involves completing 4 steps. Find a quiet place to learn and shut everything and everyone out. Set the timer for 25 minutes. Focus as well as you can on the task and complete it. Reward yourself upon completion. Working for a reward under a particular time frame helps you work better and faster. Also, don't just assume that you have grasped what's in the book you're learning. So review yourself from time to time and assess yourself with exercises to know how far you have come. Your thoughts are composed of neurons and signals. The human brain has billions of neurons, and these neurons are responsible for creating and connecting your thoughts. When synapses flash through a neuron, it acts and shocks a dendritic spine on the next neuron, and that's how signals are sent. The use of metaphors is essential to effective learning among humans. Metaphors let you compare two things, and in this case, they enable you to compare what you already know to what you don't know. Metaphors allow your brain to understand a new situation by going back to look for an old, similar situation. When you develop metaphors that are not good for comparison, it's better to discard them immediately. In other words, if you're not processing the learning techniques you're using, discard them and find other ones. Did you know, according to Edutopia, an organization responsible for educational statistics in college estimates that at least 80% of students procrastinate? So, big idea number 2, learning is a process that requires you to start from scratch. So, Barbara Oakley says, learn to focus on process, not product. So, sometimes you need to stop teaching and start learning from the people you're teaching or ones that you have taught. In other words, you need to be a student and let your students be the teacher. You do everything, it's impossible to. It doesn't hurt to go over what you know and add to your knowledge base. Learning about new subjects has more advantages than disadvantages. It broadens your horizon and gives you an edge in the future. The beauty of learning is knowing when you are stuck and asking for help to continue. What you should understand about learning is that there is no one too small to teach or to be taught. You might have to go back to the beginner's level to effectively understand what you're learning. There is no shame in starting again and correcting wrong ideas that you may have. If anything, it makes you more intelligent and more equipped to handle life. Big idea number 3, you learn a lot even while you sleep because your brain is always active. So while you're asleep, your brain works continuously and rapidly. When you learn new information, new synapses begin to form in your head alongside dendritic spines. These spines and synapses then become mature when you are asleep, and your brain is ready to work well with little interruption. Sleep gives your brain an active refresh that filters unnecessary information and pieces together the necessary information. When you sleep and wake up, there are a high chance that you will be able to find solutions to the problems that have plagued your learning. Then, when you are awake, reinforce those solutions by learning again what you have read and practicing it. Avoid cramming, especially when you don't have to. Cramming overloads your brain, which doesn't help with retention. Big idea number 4, information storage is essential to creating brain links that aid your learning. So information is stored in the memory as 2 types, facts, pictures. The brain remembers pictures easier than facts. When your brain is presented with a fact, something that doesn't revolve around a picture, it forces it down the part of your long-term memory system that stores data. On the other hand, when presented with pictures, it stores them in a big space where you can easily recollect them. So the trick to learning facts is to find a way to convert them to pictures. Nelson Dellis had problems with remembering things when he was small, but he still found a way to compete heavily in the US Memory Championships when he grew up. He explained 5 memory tips that are useful for learning. They are: focus on what you're trying to remember, practice remembering, turn what you're trying to remember into a picture, store the picture by connecting it to what you already know, use active recall to make the idea stick. A set of brain links is like a roadmap of connected neurons in your long-term memory system built as a result of constant practice. Initially, when you learn, it might be challenging to understand, but over time, your brain builds brain links, a set of connected memories that make it easy for you to learn when you practice regularly. When you have a set of brain links, you can process information more quickly. So when your brain is overloaded with tasks, it gets tired and mainly refreshes itself by telling your body you need to rest or sleep. Big idea number 5, learning with clubs and groups boosts your brain and gives you room to practice what you've learned. So learning in groups is another effective way to learn well. Find something that grabs your attention at school, be it science or language. Join groups or clubs with people that share a common interest with you. And if there are none, you can create one and ask people to join. When you put the things you've learned into perspective, you'll understand better how certain things work. It's not just enough to read a book, you should also read about it and understand the writer's point of view. Understand why the book is written and why you are reading it. When you learn in one area, you will be surprised to know that you're also learning in another subjects or fields. Put simply, subjects are sometimes interwoven and your mind subconsciously picks up bits from various subjects to make you understand better. So, learning in different places helps you adjust to a friendly and non-friendly environment. It's vital to use all your senses to learn too. Recalling a smell or a sound or an object that can trigger your brain to remember what you read during that period. So in conclusion, knowing why you should learn gives you a great insight into knowing how to learn. There are several reasons why you should learn. These reasons propel you and give you more impetus when you are starting and when you are finishing. Some of the reasons you should learn are: number 1, you have to learn because the law says so. You have to learn so that you can graduate, go to college, and get a job. Number 2, you have to learn so you can keep your options open for the future. Number 3, you get to learn so you can go on and follow your passion. Number 4, you get to learn because you're a curious human being. 5, you get to learn so you can fulfill more of your amazing potentials each week. While knowing why you should learn, you should also try to avoid things like lack of sleep, passive reading, glancing at the solution to the problem, cramming, lazy learning. So Barbara Oakley said it's easy to believe that you should only concentrate on subjects that come easily for you. But my story reveals that you can do well in subjects you don't even like. Truth is, it's okay to follow your passions, but I also found that broadening my passions opened many wonderful opportunities. Learning new subjects I didn't think I could do turned it to be an adventure. So at the end, guys, I'm gonna leave you with this. Take the hardest part of your test first, because doing so gives you more time to execute the easiest questions later. Read at your own pace and make sure you are not forcing yourself to assimilate whatever you're trying to read. Okay guys, so that was it for today's. Those were the biggest 5 ideas in this book so that you can try and enjoy. Make sure guys to like and subscribe to my channel. I love you all guys so much. See you on the next video.